Welcome to this new customer webinar. So the subject of today is the future of variations starts here. We are going to present you a new UX and unveil the new GenAI. So as usual, I am with Vincent, our pre-sales manager for the demo. So in the AI era, brands must now address two audiences: humans and AI agents that choose on their behalf. The risk is that without a strong governance, generative AI can create shadow design. So it's fragmenting identity, blurring meaning, and diluting brand value. So the solution is to move from storage to intelligent dam. Wedia will position itself as the guardian of brand DNA, protecting, amplifying, and transmitting content through native AI and automated governance. Our ambition is context-aware, brand-safe, performance-driven asset management. We are ready for the AI era. So today, the Gen AI paradox is how to scale assets without losing brand control. Marketing teams can now generate endless variations with Gen AI, but scaling comes with some pitfalls. So first, there's wasted cost and effort. Minor edits like seasonal tweaks or background changes are often required by agencies. So it's spending budget on busy work instead of creativity. There is also localization delays. Adapting visuals for local markets slows the campaigns, causing missed trends and cultural opportunities. And there is also off-brand risk. Using unapproved AI tools outside the dam leads to inconsistent, low-quality visual that weaken brand identity and create legal issues. So GenAI can multiply content instantaneously, but also fragment your brand and create a design jungle. So Wedia's solution is to generate at speed while keeping full control of your brand DNA. So this is the process. You start with a verified master asset in the dam. And then we create together brand-approved prompts to guide AI while preventing brand dilution, so you have no expert skill needed. AI will then transform assets with high fidelity, keeping core elements and brand rules intact. You can, if you want, make some fine adjustments via natural language, all that without leaving the dam. And at the end, a new version is automatically tagged, categorized, and ready for distribution. It isn't a new file, it's an intelligent rendition of the original, preserving brand DNA at scale. So the AI is generic, it's the prompts who are specifics. So why does it matter? It can generate high quality visuals instantly from a single master asset, so no repetitive edits and no agency cost. It can also adapt visuals for every context, solving localization bottlenecks without increasing workload. Prompts ensure every AI-generated variant stays 100% faithful to your brand DNA and creative direction. And all variations remain linked to the master asset in the dam, ensuring legal traceability, rights management, and global brand consistency. So here are some possibilities. You can generate variations of a lifestyle to reflect age, gender, ethnicity, style. You can also ensure cultural resonance in every market. You can quickly change some backgrounds, like some from summer to winter, some interiors, some city environments to match local themes and timing. You can also place a simple product shot into an unlimited photorealistic settings. You can standardize lighting, color grading, and mood across many images for a cohesive collection. And if you want, you can also remove or add brand-approved elements with using natural language. So once again, no designer needed. So this was our first new feature in the last Wedia version. I have a second feature to present to you now. The smart asset grouping. So today we are facing what we can call a clutter paradox. As marketing teams scale content across markets, channels, and languages, they create a flood of near duplicate assets. Every small variation, language, format, crop, or localized offer becomes a separate file, overwhelming teams with cognitive overload and making search inefficient. Without clear grouping, local marketers lack visibility into what's already adapted and what's missing. So the result is wasted time, reduced efficiency, and high user frustration. Therefore, Wedia offers a smart asset grouping engine within your DAM that will organize variations under one single master asset. So there are two grouping modes available. Either you can have an automated lineage. So variations coming from digital templates is the feature that we presented at the last webinar, or GenAI are automatically linked into the master assets. So all versions are grouped under one single asset. And you can also do some manual grouping. Administrators can link assets based on their properties, specific metadata, and more subjective context, like a style or a universe. So why does it matter here? So it enables to reduce search frustration, collapse duplicates into one intuitive view, can lower cognitive load and eliminate endless scrolling. Can simplify localization, as we said, can align all language and local versions into one group to easily track what's existing and what's missing. And you can protect the single source of truth, maintain a secure link between the master asset and their variations through automated grouping. So the result is visual clarity, instant access, and zero noise. So this was for the practical part. I'm going to give the hand to Vincent for the demo now. You can go.
Thank you, Marika. So let's have a look now on how it looks like on Wedia DAM solution. Here we have a set of images that we would like to adapt thanks to AI. So as we said before, we have different prompts that we can use, different agents that can be used and can be customized for each of your use cases. Let's start with this first one. When you click on an image now, when you have the latest version with GenAI activated, we now have this button where you can select one of the agents that have been defined for you. As we have explained before, the idea here is not just using a generic AI without any specific context. We want to have something specific for you, designed for your own use cases. And that's why we are creating different agents. Those are a few examples that could be implemented in your context, but the value here is to create a prompt that adapts to your own needs. In this example, we can, for example, use the home interior style because we have ambience image here, and we would like to adapt this to a different use case. Here, for example, we can select different prompt options, such as the style. Everything is part of the configuration of the prompt of this specific agent. Here we can, for example, select the Swedish style and generate one or more images that will be created by AI using the prompt where we define what we expect from the AI. Here, for example, we ask specifically to not change anything in the image. We want to keep all the products intact. We want to keep the same logic when building this image, such as the lighting or the orientation of the objects. And this is the result here. The context has been adapted. We have kept objects at the same place. Everything looks similar, but we have adapted the context here to a Swedish ambience. Let's go to the other example. We have here, for example, the pack shot option. Here on this one, we have this bag with a pink background, and we now have some options to work on pack shots. So we have this dedicated agent here where we can select different options, such as changing the background. Here we have defined some values for white and gray, but we could add other examples. So let's go for gray, for example, here. And we can also select where the shadows will place. So let's keep it to center. And we can ask here to generate new variations. So from that, same as in the previous example, the AI will specifically use the same object without altering the product. This is what we want to keep intact. And here it is. It has been automatically removing the background and give here a gray background instead. We can also change to a specific color. So for example, here you can use the exact color that you may want to use here. So let's use here a green background where we can have this option generated directly for this bag. And this is something that could be directly integrated for your e-commerce website, for example. So here the AI will give us another composition without changing the image. And here it is in green. And we can also ask for refinements where this bag will be used in a live scene with a woman wearing the bag. And here it's interesting because we want to use this product and it will be placed in a different position, using a different angle because it's wear directly by the woman in the live option. So this is what has been generated, and you can define as many prompts as you want from here to refine your content. Once those images have been generated, you have different choices. You can, for example, download the one you want without storing this image into the DAM system, or you can also index and publish those assets. So here, let's select the 3 assets that have been generated. We have the option to use the same form or change any metadata from the form, starting from the master that we have used, and everything will be here kept into the DAM system. And let's use another example here with this backshot here of this tool where we want to make it directly on a scene. So we have this agent for backshot scenarization where we have the option to select an environment. So here let's select living room, for example, and generate one image. And the system will here try to detect what's the best scene it can create starting from this tool. So here the idea is use the living room as a first criteria, use as well the product and detect automatically, thanks to AI, what context we should use. So I guess here using a tool in the living room, we want something like a working scene with some construction or something like that. And here it is. This image has been generated. The product has not been altered. It's perfectly fine on the image. And we have this construction scene with the image respecting the product. And once again, we can add, for example, to refine this image and add a couple in the background, for example. So let's try this with the AI and refine this image. And let's have a look on how it will be generated. Here, I guess the perfect solution will be to have those couple been working in the background. And yeah, this is it. They are working here with the plan and they are integrated perfectly in the scene, working on this construction scene here. So once again, let's try to use those 2 images and index and publish those images directly inside of the DAM system. Let's keep the form as it is right now and publish those images. Once it's done, we can go back here to the results of this AI content here. We've seen that the new images have been generated. And from this, we want to show you, illustrate the new collapse assets option. So we have this button here where the idea is to regroup automatically the content that has been generated. So you can see now that we have this grouping option here when we have several assets grouped to the one that we have as the reference. So we can, for example, click here on the preview button, and all those assets are regrouped inside of the, let's call it the master asset, the reference assets. You can also maybe want to filter on some options. Here it can be personalized to different metadata. Here it's language, but it will be more used for the digital template case, I guess, here. And when you click on the first image, the main image, you will have this new section here where we group all the assets that have been generated with GenAI. So we have this option to directly regroup them from the detail asset view. This is being done automatically when we have created the generated images. It's also automatically generated when you create digital template localization, so you don't have to worry about that. And you can also do this manually when you select images that you want to group. You have these options on the selection here to group assets all together, and they will be automatically grouped using the main image here. So this is something that is automated for digital templates and GenAI prompts, and that can be done manually for all your other images. So that's it for the presentation today. Is there any question in the chat? Sure, also you have all those lists, as we said, that can be designed with you for you. So we define with you which prompts will be useful on your cases, depending on whether you are using more backshots, products, communication images or ambience images or marketing materials. Everything will be designed for your use cases and adapt to your context, where we will define in the prompts what we want to do with your images. If we want to keep the product intact, for example, this is something that can be done directly from the prompting agents here. So that's it for today. If there is any question on the chat or no.
Thank you, Vincent. So if there are no questions, I will just have to thank you and have a nice afternoon.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.